Air Canada Aeroplan has this one benefit where you can visit an extra city on your trip for an extra 5,000 points, and it's called a stopover, which is different from a layover. So how do you book a stopover and how do you maximize Air Canada Aeroplan's stopover benefit? Well, my name is Max and I help people maximize their airline miles, hotel points, and credit card points. You're in the right place, so let's go over first what a stopover is. Layovers are less than 24 hours. Stopovers are more than 24 hours. Sometimes stopovers can be more than a week. Sometimes stopovers can be 45 days. It's a way to visit multiple places during one trip. So for example, I can go from LAX to Paris, hang out in Paris for a few days as a stopover, and then continue on to my final destination, which might be Athens, Greece. So that's what a stopover is. Not all airlines allow stopovers on award flights though. Air Canada Aeroplan is one of them, and their stopover program is a generous one and one that is quite easy to understand. How do Air Canada Aeroplan stopovers work? Air Canada's stopover rules are among the most generous in the industry. When you book a flight using Air Canada Aeroplan points, you can add a stopover for only 5,000 extra Air Canada Aeroplan points. So to get a better understanding of how this works, let's take a look at Air Canada's award chart. Air Canada splits the world into 4 zones, and you figure out the zones you're flying to and from, and based on the distance you're flying, it'll tell you how many Air Canada Aeroplan points it'll cost for your reward ticket. If I'm flying from the US to Europe, that's North America to the Atlantic zone. I'll look at this chart and the pricing will be determined by how far I'm flying. Say I'm flying from Chicago to Zurich, that's 5,938 miles, so that'll cost me 40,000 points in economy and 70,000 points in business class. If I wanted to add a stopover and then tack on the extra 5,000 points as a stopover fee, so a total of 45,000 Aeroplan points for economy or 75,000 points for business class. It's really that simple. I told you it was pretty simple, but there are some rules that you have to follow. The first one is you can't build a stopover in Canada or the US. Next is you can't backtrack through the same airport or city or country when you're traveling in one direction. And third, your stopover can't exceed 45 days. Also, if this is not already obvious, the great thing about Air Canada Aeroplan is that you don't have to book only Air Canada Aeroplan flights. Air Canada is part of the Star Alliance, so you can book Star Alliance partner flights via Air Canada too. That means I can mix United's, Lufthansa, Swiss, and Austrian and other Star Alliance airlines into my flight itinerary. So those are the rules that you have to follow. If you meet those requirements, you can book and add a stopover. Before we get into how to book a stopover, I want to ask you one question. Have you ever Googled yourself and discovered that you're virtually a celebrity online, but not in a good way? You'd be surprised about the information that's available online about you, and that's where today's sponsor comes in, and that's Aura, your solution for online privacy and security. Aura can detect and remove your information from data brokers that use your personal information. This helps reduce the amount of robocalls and spams you receive. And you'll also get other features like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more. And the best part, it's easy to set up and it's affordable. Why struggle with multiple apps when Aura can handle pretty much everything for you? Let Aura protect you online and allow you to focus on what's important, like maximizing your credit card points. Visit aura.com/maxmilepoints to start your 2-week free trial today, and your privacy is totally worth it. I'll also include the link in the description for easy access, so go make sure you check out Aura. And now on to how to book a stopover with Air Canada Aeroplan. To book our itinerary with a stopover is equally as easy, so let's go over the Air Canada's website and let me show you how to book. So I'm here on the Air Canada website, and to book a stopover itinerary, you can click on multi-city stopover, click on book with Aeroplan award points. You want to remove this flight. A lot of people get confused about this flight. You want to remove that. And then it gives you the option for a stopover city here. And so in this case, let's do ORD, which is Chicago, and to our final destination, not our stopover city, to our final destination. Say our final destination is Zurich, Switzerland, and our stopover city is London Heathrow. And let's pick travel dates. Let's do April 2nd. And the length of stopover, we want to stay in London. So how long do we want our stopover to be in London? And let's just say it's 2 days. You fly from Chicago, you hang out in London for 2 days, and then from there you continue on to Zurich, and go ahead and click on search flights. And so I'm gonna go ahead and close out of this, and then it shows you the itineraries that have those options, and you can see the first one up here. This one's mixed cabin. I don't want to do that. I'm going to filter this out to exclude mixed cabin, because if I want business class, I can do business class the entire way. Where did that itinerary go? There you go. And so right here it says Chicago to London Heathrow with a stopover in London for 2 days. And then from there, I'll continue on from London Heathrow to Zurich on Swiss. And that's 45,000 Air Canada Aeroplan points in economy and 75,000 points in business class. If I went from Chicago to Zurich with no stopover, this would be 40,000 and this would be 70,000. And so that stopover adds 5,000 Air Canada Aeroplan points. And so that makes it 45 and 75. So that's how you book an Air Canada Aeroplan award ticket with a stopover. Now let's go over some examples of what stopover itineraries might look like. Starting with an easy example, let's say we want to go from the US and visit 2 European countries, let's say Switzerland and Italy, and we're able to book Washington, D.C. to Zurich, hang out in Zurich for a few days, and then continue our trip over to Italy, and that's 4,284 miles. So according to the Air Canada Aeroplan award chart, that'll cost us 70,000 in business class and 4,000 in economy, and then an additional 5,000 for a stopover. So a grand total of 75,000 Air Canada Aeroplans for business, or 45,000 Air Canada Aeroplan points for economy. Okay, what if we want to go to Asia instead? Let's say we wanted to depart from Seattle. We can do something like go from Seattle to Taipei, visit the night markets in Taipei, and then eat all the good foods in Taipei for a few days as a stopover, and then connect back up to Seoul. That's 50,000 in economy and 75,000 points in business, but add in the 5,000 points for a stopover, and that makes it 55,000 in economy or 80,000 in business class. Those are just 2 easy examples of how you can use Air Canada Aeroplan stopover, but there are other ways to maximize this even further. A fun and interesting way to maximize Air Canada Aeroplan stopover is using the award chart to your advantage. Aeroplan lets you do this thing where they'll let you get to the Pacific zones through the Atlantic zone. For example, I can go from Washington, D.C. to Istanbul and stay there as a stopover, and then continue on to Tokyo, and that'll be 10,817 miles, so it'll be 87,500 points. Add on the 5,000 points for a stopover, and that's 92,500 Air Canada Aeroplan points, and you'll get to fly essentially 3/4 away around the world. And if you booked each flight separately, it would have been 70,000 points, and then another 75,000 points. So by booking with the stopover method, you're saving like 52,500 points, which is huge, and you get to see 2 awesome cities. As for earning Air Canada Aeroplan points, to earn Air Canada Aeroplan points, almost all major US credit card points currencies in the US transfers to Air Canada Aeroplan. Bilt reward points, Capital One miles, Chase points, and American Express points all transfer 1-to-1 over to Air Canada Aeroplan, so that makes it easy to earn a bunch of Air Canada Aeroplan points for those stopover redemptions. If you're interested in any cards, my links are down in the descriptions, and using those links helps support my work. And so if you learned something from this video, remember to hit the like and subscribe button down below. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll also leave more videos over here about Air Canada Aeroplan and how to maximize your credit card points for Air Canada Aeroplan program. And thanks for watching this far, and I'll see you guys in the next one.